What's up, people? What's up? 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 We doing a special Sunday school edition. This is your boy Jose talking the talk, maybe talking the talk, trying to walk the walk, right? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what in the heck is going on in YouTube land? What in the world is going on in YouTube land? What is going on, man? All kind of ranting and raving and craziness going on. So I want you guys to tell me in the chat because I'm gonna drop the link eventually for anyone who wants to come in. I want you guys to tell me what you think of what's going on YouTube, because all kind of craziness taking place. This one don't like that one. That one don't like this one. Everybody ranting, raving, bugging, all kind of thing going on. I'm trying to stay away from the controversy for now, anyway. I don't want to be associated with none of that craziness going on. I'm just trying to do the right thing for my people right now. I'm just trying to give you right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the link. All right. Drop the link in the actual. I'm going to drop the link in here to see who might be interested in coming in at this point in time. So the link is in the chat. Anybody want to come in? You just had to show yourself on camera. If I'm not familiar with you, right? So, drop I also dropped the link in my Magi Archer back chat. So anybody in the Archer back chat who's watching who wants to come in, go into the back chat, and we got the link dropped in the back chat, right? So I see a lot of craziness going on between this one, that one, this one, that one, and the other one, right? So I'm just here watching tricks, as we say, in Trinidad and Tobago. See what's going on. Right, we got 21 people in the building watching. So, a Warrior OD. The link is in the chat for anybody who wants to pop in. We got 21 people in the house watching. I'm good. You could hit the link anytime you want. I guess that's a bro. Hit the link anytime you want. I just want to see your face to make sure you're a real person. If you can get this talking, I'm just here talking about YouTube in general, and what's going on YouTube, and what you guys think about what's going on YouTube, right? So you guys, whoever's there, can come in and hit the link anytime that they choose to, right? You understand? I'm just, you know, I need to turn on my camera. I'm gonna turn on my camera just now in a few minutes, people, so you guys can see me while I'm talking. I need to get just a little bit before I can come on camera. But I see Mandinga Mali, he was over there doing what he do. Did a 9-hour video, crashing out, if you will, on Sign Letter. I'm not taking any sides on it. I don't know what's going on between them because they're gonna be friends tomorrow. You know, we got DMG. Matter of fact, DMG is supposed to have something going on tonight. Actually, DMG has two. What should I call it? He has two lives he's planning on doing today. So I'm gonna drop. He's supposed to do ladies' night, and he's supposed to do Chuck Morgan. So let me drop the link for both of those in here, so you guys can go and check him out for sure. So that's the link for DMG's live tonight, one of his lives. And all right, this is the link for the other one. Both of these are supposed to take place today. So you guys can go in and enjoy this good programming. I'm hoping we'll get my brother. I saw him crying here because I did just shoot him the link. I don't know if he got it or not because it did say it was sent. So I don't know if he got it or not. So, oh yeah, I think that's him there. Is that him? Yeah, that's I saw him crying. Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, it's me. It's the one.
Yeah, man. I was hoping you come in because we got some people watching. I'm just here talking, no specific topic about how I'm watching YouTube and these guys. Some of these guys just ranting all over the place. They mad, they upset. So
They
I don't
crazy.
even.
They crazy.
But so I don't even know how I should react to that. If I should even really give them any call their name and give them any attention for doing that. Or should I or should I or should I be feel bad for them? Should I try and reach out? I don't know how to react. But these guys
It
just
ain't
doing
your
it crazy.
business. Don't worry about it. You can't.
Say it again?
I said, if it ain't your business, don't even worry about it.
No, but it's good content though. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know how to approach it as content. If I should just not say
You
nothing.
don't approach it. You
Don't say
don't.
nothing?
For what?
I don't know. I'm just
You you
I don't know.
you pick and choose what you battle about, and you keep your nose clean. You don't run up in the messy spots. You let that handle itself and work itself
Yeah.
out.
I'm trying to stay away from that. So I'm trying
It's
to stay
like
away from that.
it's
But
like
it's looking like
wearing white and going to a rodeo. It's not
yeah,
a good idea.
it isn't right at all.
No.
But I saw though. I don't know, man. I don't know, but people like they got beef with. I mean, people like you approach people. You go on me. I go in their life and like they want to argue with me for no reason. I ain't even come to argue.
Yeah,
You get me?
well, you step in a messy place, it's gonna go down.
Well, it's my fault too.
Yeah, you gotta. What'd you
It's
go
my
over
fault
there
too,
for?
Asar, because
Yeah,
I just do. I just do it. So I just make comments on these things on other people's platform, thinking nobody heard me,
yeah. If somebody is talking crazy,
and
the
then they
last
heard me.
place you're gonna find me is over there.
No. I'm just saying I'll be on other people's platform. They'll be doing the commentary on the video, and I'll make a comment on the video, thinking nobody heard me, and somebody was hearing me.
You
So
made a comment. You done put your foot in the mud.
yeah, man. So I think I'm just gonna stay away from type of videos and start making comments on them.
Yeah, if you see something crazy, you let it go.
Right. I think when people doing them kind of video reviews, I'm just gonna stay out of. I'm just not gonna go on and say anything. So, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do because that's the best thing for me. It's working for me so far. The only thing is I have no laptop. That's the problem.
You got yeah. You got it. Well, your girl, I'm sure she gonna handle that soon.
Say it again.
I said your girl gonna get you right soon. I'm sure.
My wife. Eh?
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. Now we
She
gonna get
get
it
you.
right. We gonna get it right because I can't. Because I say I can't come on and ask nobody for nothing because I'll get in trouble. You like? No, I saw. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
She was just hitting me. I was talking to her today. She's not interested in the YouTube, or so she say. Then she told me, "I hope you ain't saying nothing to embarrass me. You know, I hope you ain't making no crazy content." She told me that today. You know.
And look, what you hopped on here talking about somebody making crazy content.
I did right.
Stay out the lane. Don't even do it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's not my lane. Let me do my usual boring content and get my legitimate views. I can feel better about myself when I wake up in the morning and I see my 2 views. I can feel good about the 2 views because that's legit views.
Yeah. I definitely ain't about to talk about no crazies. I ain't
So you got anything you want to share with us, Hassan? You got any documents, any books, anything you want to share with us since you're on here?
uh not in particular. I was watching the Steelers game. I thought you might have had something going on. But
No, 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 no. I just went live. As I say, I really can't plan too much in terms of doing presentations. I can't share my screen. I had to get me a laptop. But I
uh
say since you made the offer to come on, I said let me take advantage of the offer while I can take advantage of the offer.
yeah,
See if you might have something to present. You always got some book, some old school book that you like to share. So
you want to let's take them through the books so they can get some proper learning. Y'all, let's see. What do I want to pull up today? Yeah, we could pull up Sacred Magic. We take them through some basics today. Let's see. You just get your orientation right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put entire screen. Share it all. Won't, won't. Share it all. I don't even know if I can share on yours because you on your phone. I can't. Y'all can't see my screen, can y'all? Now you can't even hear me, can you? Or I can't hear you. Hold on, let me stop.
oh no
Share.
no no, you can't hear me because I was muted.
Okay, yeah. So
Now
can
share
you
the
see
screen
my
again.
screen
No no
sharing?
no. Yeah, it's in the back, man. It's in the back.
Okay, there it goes. See, it wasn't on the screen.
No no no. Because I was waiting for notification, but like I was waiting for notification, but like it didn't pop up.
Okay.
I don't know what it looked for, and I can't even tell you what it looked like on YouTube. So let me pull up my YouTube screen to see what it looks like. Because the phone screen it looked tiny as hell, so I can't see what it looked like.
The esoteric wisdom revealed, the sacred tradition in ancient Egypt by Rosemary Clark.
This is like a five percenters book of knowledge.
Oh really?
This is like a Nation of Islam's book of the 36, right? And all that.
The right thing.
This one and there's another one. The red one is the one, but this one starts you off, right?
Oh, this is like
Cosmological
a.
schools.
This is how should I say it? This is like the starter kit for
Yeah,
chemists.
it's just starter pack in two
Oh.
books. Two books. She did a real good job, Miss Clark did. Let's get there. Let's get into it a little bit.
And I was talking about this the other day, so imagine I did a video called Cosmetic Starter Kit.
You did mention that, huh?
I
So
did. I just didn't have this. I just didn't know they literally wrote a starter kit.
yeah, she got like
Now I
two
know.
books. She got, and I got the physical books here with me, right? But uh
I
the
know you do.
digital,
You one of them. You one of them guys that just be sitting down whole day. Seem like when you get a chance to just read books all the time.
Oh yeah, I read and write them. Right now, we writing. This is if there's any MMA people who ever see this video on here, just so you know, I am writing. Let me see where it's at. Might have closed it up. I closed it up. No biggie. I'll show it to them later. But she starts you out right with the comparison of two different natural and gods, so you can make the distinction and know when the Greeks are talking about one of the Egyptian gods who they mean. So this will help you. And she goes down each of the names. She was on point. So it's not like you'll have to remember if you get this book. Notice from beneath those lists, it matches up. Ptah, Hephaestus,
Oh, okay.
right? For those who don't know. I didn't get this until later. I've had this book for probably about it's 2025, probably about 15 years or so now. Maybe a little less, maybe about 10. But this digital copy makes it easy so I don't have to grab my physical copy, which is right next to me. But
So what is it? What is it? What's the title of this book again?
this title is The Sacred Tradition in Ancient Egypt by Rosemary Clark. Now there's two of them. Because remember, she's got the magic one too. Though that one is might be better, but this is for your intro. You need this one, and then you graduate to the red one for those who need it really simplified. I said, oh,
So
this is like
this is like this. So this is like the cheat code, then, if you will.
this is one of them. Yeah, I don't even use this book much, but what I'm about to show you, some of the stuff that you'll be able to use, you'll see like, oh, this makes it easy. So Shin, Ankh, and Sa,
Oh,
chapter one, right? Just going to show you, just showing you around the town. Just show the Netra roof. She gives a breakdown of how she sees the Netra and how the Ramet see the Netra. Then,
oh. This is good, man. This is a real good starter pack, man. I'm glad you brought this in there because I said starter pack, but I really didn't know where to start. Apparently, I mean, it got some good views, but look
yeah,
like I really didn't know there was a starter pack for real.
yeah, there's a few of them actually. This is one of the newer ones, and she did a good job. And
How new is this one?
this one is about, like I said, about 10 to 15 years old.
Hmm, all right.
I use the what you see me pull from is usually the older ones.
Okay. Yeah, because I find I
Yeah,
saw a USB. Look at them 1901 texts.
yeah. I'll take you back to the 1800s
Yeah.
because
Is that a good thing to do, Assault, or should we not be using them old budgetified texts that
it's
kind of
actually one of the better things to do because you get to catch them before they can cover stuff up.
for real,
So
man.
when you run into stuff in the newer age and cats don't understand what it is, it's because they never read the original stuff in the first place. So you reading the neo stuff, the new age stuff.
I think, but I think to me when I started reading Budge, I realized Budge's translations are not bad.
No,
It's his how should I say it? It's his transliterations and
correct.
and things like that where he was probably getting in trouble with because he was transliterating the glyphs wrong, but he was translating them right.
Yeah, in most cases, it's not like he's got a whole slew of words that's messed up. So when he's got some mess ups, but for the most part, he gets things right. He's more in depth than other people. It's
I
why
think I realized that. His translations to me are more accurate.
Yes, why Mu'ada Ashby basically rewrote his book and packaged it as his book, and a couple other people did the same thing as well because he
But what
walked through a
but what
lot
I
of
will
stuff.
what I will tell people is if you want to read some text and get some good translations outside of the Medu Necha, you should read Budge because he gives you good translation. But
Yeah,
don't look at his transliterations
his
because he will have you
transliteration ain't
pronouncing
that
things
bad.
wrong.
It ain't that bad. It'll give you a halfway understanding of what you need to know. Um, when he messes up is some of his enunciation of the Medu Necha words, which in all honesty is not a big deal because if you talk to half these dudes out here, you're not even supposed to be able to pronounce the word, right?
Right. You don't be in
It's
other
not
words,
read. It's not actually spoken, which makes no sense either. But hey, whatever,
yeah.
whatever.
You know,
So
I hear people, I've heard people say Medu Necha is not a language. And I think the reason why they say that is because they think you can't speak it, that you're not supposed to speak Medu Necha.
right. Well, they're confusing it with just being a dead language, meaning it's not doesn't have speakers anymore, and certain things we haven't found out. But we've done the same thing as any other language and put convention into place in certain areas so that it's pronounceable.
Yeah, but
So
then,
now that it's pronounceable, you can't really, you know. Oh,
but
it
then,
can't be spoken though, and it's a bit. So what? You got the Coptic? Yeah, you get. Or can you learn Coptic? Yeah. Okay, then it's speakable. It's done.
but then here's the question: if the language has power and you change the pronunciation, don't you take away the power of the language, so to speak?
The power in the language is putting it forth and making things come to realization through
But here's what I mean by that, right? If you now, here's what I mean by that, and I don't want to get into this type of talk, but this quote unquote magic, right, as they like to call it, right, where you're just basically kind of putting forth the curses and the blessings, right? There's a
it.
specific tone
No,
and a
doing a prayer.
vibration.
So now you that would be making it up. So when you talk about ceremonial heka, ceremonial magic here, right? What does it say? It's a derivative of a number of esoteric systems from several cultures, most of which claim to be Hermetic or Egyptian in origin. So if you're dealing with another culture and you're dealing with the Coptic culture in order to make the language come to life, there you have it. So when, you know, oh, you
But
need to pronounce it like this. I don't believe so. You find several people going into nirvana over the term Jesus, over the term Allah, over the term Krishna. Um, Neither one is the original term that they use. Yeshua would be the name for Jesus if you want to speak the original Hebrew. Uh, Ilah would be the term for Allah originally,
but
and
what I'm saying is,
Krishna.
but what I'm saying is this, right? You're trying to invoke a specific energy, right? So the
No,
tone
yeah,
with which you speak has a lot to do with it. If we're taking this how should I say this? I want to choose my word wisely. You know, when you go through something, you want to invoke a particular energy. I don't know how to say that without being controversial because I don't want to say spirit because then that's a controversy.
say spirit. That's what you're
You
talking about. Say it.
know, I mean, I'll use the word. You want to invoke the spirit of this thing, and you tend to realize when you say this thing in this particular tone, your situation tends to change. Maybe you can't explain why, but you just know if I say this in this particular tone, first of all you feel better, and then the situation tends to change. Now, is that magic? Is that some spirit coming down? I don't know, and I can't say. It's up to the individual what they want to call it. But I know our ancestors knew what they were saying when they told you to say these things in this particular way. They wasn't just saying it for no reason. They wasn't expecting nothing to come down and smack you on your forehead. I don't think. I don't think that's what they thought.
When you hear people say Jesus, do you see them get moved?
Yeah, but
No, ain't no but. Ain't no but.
but
Do
but
you
a
see them
thought.
get moved? Yes or no?
Yes,
When you
but
hear them
let me
say
put the but.
Allah, do you see them
Let me
get moved?
Now let me put the
You
but
got a
on
lot of
this.
excuses for it. Now we got to make it plain. If you see them saying this stuff and they still get moved, and you know that's not even the name of the deity, which is no longer here,
But
what
it's,
does that tell you?
you see, now, here's the thing I saw. We're living in 2025, right? I could,
Exactly.
now, listen, I could always say that's a psychological thing, no spirit moving you. You
It's
just
all
think you're supposed to
psychological.
do something. Say it again.
It's all psychological.
And this is what I'm saying, SR. It doesn't mean a spirit move you. It means you think you're supposed to act a certain way when you say Jesus, so you start to act that way. It's not no outside
And
force.
what did
You
I
might
say
just be
initially?
tripping.
And what did I say initially?
Right. But I would agree with you.
Your actions will bring forth the power in that word.
Right.
Period.
I agree with you.
Period.
I agree
Whether
that,
you
that most
pronounce it
certainly.
this way or that way, what you going to say now? What did the Egyptians say about the Greek language?
Well, let me know, Asar, because you are more experienced in this than me. I'm the young guy in this. I don't like to say that too much, and I don't like to say that because it bothers me, Asar, when people try and put this thing on me like I'm a comedic teacher, and I don't see myself that way as a comedic
No,
teacher.
you're just learning in the game, which is fine. So as you see, I'm teaching it right now and explaining it to you, and you have questions, so we answering those questions so the people can know directly. So they said that with glaring details, they said in Herodotus and a few other texts, I think Strabo as well, one of them. They said the language is childish sounding. Said it was unsophisticated. Said it sounded like gibberish. And yet, in that same breath, they called them their children, didn't mind having them do what they do. And what did they do? They knew that Zeus wasn't the sound of Amun. They knew that they would pronounce Apollo differently than they would Heru. But what ends up happening? You have to remember the Titans. Why? Because those deities in Egypt become the Titans in their stories. And Hercules, even though he has an African birth and Ethiopian parents in the original myth, all of a sudden becomes from Greece and from Mount Olympus through Zeus. Zeus becomes Amun. Plutarch told you that. Strabo told Diodorus Siculus told you that. They know. So now it's a whole different name for a new deity who in the Aristeas letters they say your god Yah, which is similar to our god Zeus. And then all of a sudden, Yah had power, didn't he?
See, but here's the thing, though, Asar.
There is no thing. This is the psychology
No, no, no,
across
no, no.
the board.
I agree with you, sir. But this goes back to the same conversations we have all the time. When you deal with people who are well studied and you bring something to them, why would you think that they wouldn't recognize themselves in the thing that you brought to them when they're studying it? Why would you think that you could repackage something for people, bring it to them, tell them you have a high level of knowledge and think that they wouldn't recognize themselves in that? And this is the problem we have in 2025. People bringing you things, knowing that you and I read to recognize those things and then tell you it came from somewhere else. Why
I'm
would
gonna
you
ask you a
do that?
question again. His name is Yeshua, right?
Apparently, from
What
what I
do
know,
America
yes.
call him? America, the biggest supporter of Israel. What do they call him?
They call him the Greek word Jah and Zeus.
No, they call
Jesus.
him yeah, all right, Jesus, right?
Jah and Zeus. Exactly. Jah Zeus.
Which one has power if you say it over here?
Jesus.
Oh, why?
Because they give it the power. You
They
feed them, it
give
has
it. Say
power.
it again. They give it the what?
They give it the power. The power
And
comes from you.
and what did our brother say? I make my natural. I such and such. So
Right.
the old word is good to use and to know, but if something has been modified so the people that are around it understand it a little differently, it's not a bad thing to move in that direction for them.
Well,
That's how they recognize it.
here's how I would see that, right? When you
Mhm.
take the word nature and make it God, that's not entirely accurate. That's a simplified version for people who I think sometimes don't have the mental capacity to understand what the ancient people were trying to bring across. So you
To
look
bring
at it
right.
and you put it in that term, and then when people repeat that term, they don't they something like nature. You have to look at the context of the text to understand it's more than just God. It's more than just that type of thing. It deals with everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything.
if you ask Infudishi, he'll tell you it's everything but when you start to describe it and you speak English, what term do you use to fulfill it?
I like to use the term divine because I think that's the closest I can get in my head if I have to use one word.
Divine in English is in synonymous with what?
Well, I guess it's synonymous with the G word, which I don't like to use.
Yeah.
I don't like to use the
That's
G
why they
word.
use that, because for them it's a centralized deity. What we correct them is we tell them you have mono, because not everything is just one thing.
Yeah, but they know that too.
You pieces of the one thing. No,
But
they
they know
don't.
that too.
They
Well,
don't even believe like that.
not now.
If
Now
you
listen.
ask a Muslim, Allah is separate, and you can't be a part of Allah Ta'ala, you have to be separate to Him.
I know they say that, but guess what I saw? When you read their books, the same book that both of us is reading.
The book
It,
tell you it is separate.
no, not in many cases it's all because
Tell
when
you
you
it's a
look at
shirk to associate yourself with Allah. So if you haven't read the Quran, which I have about 10 times, you will know in the language and in the sources you're separate, you're apart from Him. So, and then they made up a new word, tawheed, which you won't find in the Quran, but you'll find the concept of it. The
right. So when you read the Bible doesn't tell you that there's only one deity. The Bible tells you there's many deities, and
tells
Yahweh
you
is the
three
head
that
of those
bear record.
deities.
Absolutely.
It
So
says that. I didn't make that up. It says that.
no, it says there's three that bear record. And you heard me ask several people. There's three that bear record in heaven: the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. So we had to ask our Hebrew brother, "Are they different?" He said, "No." I said, "Which one rolls over Mary?" He said, "The Holy Ghost."
Right.
Now, I said, "If they're not separate, could Jesus have done it?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay, so there's a difference between the three, right?" He
Yes.
said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, if they're different, then that means that he's not the son of God. Adam would be the only begotten son of God. He would be a spiritual son, because who rose over Mary?
Ask that
The
question
Holy
again. Who what?
Ghost.
Who what?
The Holy Ghost rose over Mary. Did the Father go raise over Mary?
Yeah, but then when we investigate, we know who the Holy Ghost is. The Holy
Who?
Ghost is identified as the angel Gabriel.
Is that
When
the
you
Father?
investigate, no,
Okay, so that's three different deities.
he
So
is considered. He
let's
is
not make
considered
any
quote
mess
unquote
ups
a
here when
son.
we say it. Yeah.
He's
So
considered a son, but not the son.
if Gabriel rolls over her, who is Jesus the son of?
Well,
All right.
I would say if Gabriel came in a physical form and had sex with a woman,
Oh,
then Gabriel is Jesus' daddy.
oh. Now I'm gonna
That's what
ask
I
you a
would say.
question again. Is he the only begotten son of the Father?
Not Yahweh. No,
Oh, oh,
he
see,
might be. He
see.
might be
So,
Gabriel's only begotten son. We don't know.
oh, that would be different because Gabriel's an angel.
But he still might be the only begotten son of his father, not the father.
Now, let's look at Adam.
Right. Adam was created directly from Yahweh.
He's begotten by God.
Yes.
He's the first son of
Yes.
man.
I agree.
He's the begotten son of God.
Yes. According to the book, yes. He was created directly from the Creator, out of whatever he was made out of. And when he was created, he wasn't alive, and breath was breathed into him. So that means God gave him CPR and woke him up.
Hello.
he was created. He was created dead, and God said, hit them 2 chest compressions, and he woke up. Right?
But the Bible say it's 3 that bear record in heaven, correct?
I would think so.
There are 3 that bear record in heaven: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Well, we know who the Father is. The Father would be considered Yahweh. The Son would be considered Yahshua, and the Holy Ghost is Gabriel.
Oh, okay. So
You
now
know
we
that?
got 3, and they said the Holy Ghost was. They said it was Gabriel. They said he was Melchizedek one time. I can't remember.
Right.
Pulling from my brain right now.
Right. So
that's 3 separate entities.
Yes,
rolled into one. Because when
definitely.
you get Corinthians, right? So when we had the debate, me and the little dude, my little brother Kasab, we had to have the discussion. I said El Elyon, the Most High, gave what? The inheritance to Yah. And then Yah gave Israel to the sons of El Elyon.
Right. Right. No,
that's 3 different deities. And it's actually more than that, because El Elyon would include Jesus' existence, because the El Elyon is called the Elohim.
But you see now here
Now
here, this is facts. We can go in the Bible. We can look at that and say all of that, right?
Oh, we going deep into. Now I'm taking you into theology school. I'm taking you into what high priests in Bible school know. Some of them don't. So it's going a little bit above their pay grade.
But you see,
the high ones, they know.
The thing becomes that the thing becomes, right, the Bible is a book, right? And the Bible says specific things. And if you don't go past that Bible, what a lot of what you're saying is not included in the Bible.
You got other writings. Where you going to the text it was pulled from? So you have right now we talking from the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we talking from the Qumran tablets. So we, like I said, you going to the teachers of it. We not just going to the book itself. Now we going to what, like my grandfather. I come from a house of preachers.
Right.
And my grandpa Fitzhugh, who just passed maybe 10 years now, he was the teacher of most of these current biblical title holders around the country.
Right. And that's I hear you. But then now here comes the excuse for people who are unread. But what you just said is paganism, because it's not in the Bible and it has nothing to do with the Bible. So we don't deal with paganism. And that's the first thing they can tell you.
We read the text from the Bible. That would be a lie too, because here it goes right here. There are 3 that bear record in heaven. That's John 5:7-9.
No. But here's what I'm saying. Some of those things are in the Bible, and most of those things that you said don't appear in the Bible.
It's all in the Bible. It don't appear in your English version, which is what I asked you in the beginning. I said, you use the word Jesus, but the term is Yeshua.
Right.
How does Jesus have power here? Now you're helping to explain to yourself why it has power here, because they don't care what the old one says. They're going by the English because they speak, read, and dream in English, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So you understand why a word doesn't have to be this particular word in order for it to gain power, which goes back to my original statement.
I'm not saying the word, Asar. I'm saying the pronunciation.
The pronunciation
has a lot to do with the energy of the word.
So Jesus and Yeshua sound alike?
Let's be honest. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Yeshua.
Yeshua. You said it 3 times today.
Yes.
Do they sound alike?
The undertone of both of those is an English undertone, Asar. If I was a person who was back in ancient times,
it doesn't matter. They did it in the Greek. No, you just watch them do it in the Greek. Does Zeus sound like Amun?
No. Well,
does Apollo sound like Heru?
No, it could never sound the same.
Oh, but they do the same thing. Now Hercules sounds like Heru.
I agree. Hercules does
Yeah,
sound
it
right,
sounded like it was derived, and that's because it was.
right. But once again, I'm gonna say if I was a Greek speaker and I pronounce that name, it's not gonna it's not going to sound the same way. It's
Oh, it
not
is.
going to sound the same way when I speak it when I'm saying it in Greek. I'm
It is.
basically pronouncing a transliteration. I'm not
No,
looking at the original language to say this is how it's pronounced.
see, that's
I'm
where you
pronouncing the
couldn't. You couldn't
transliteration.
do it because the original Greek spoke Demotic, which was made off of what hieratic and hieroglyphic.
Hmm.
So they knew exactly what the original word was. The problem is their language didn't have certain words in it. And the Coptics didn't have some of their sounds in their language. So they end up using some of the
Agreed.
borrowed words to bring into Coptic.
Hmm.
But they can't make the excuse that they didn't know because they had it directly. That's why they understood when Plutarch is telling his Ethiopian girlfriend Clea, who was his teacher, Amen, which is the same as Zeus. She's asking him to give her the rendition of the story so she can make sure he understands what she taught him is correct. And he says, Amen is the same as Zeus, who in Egypt they see as so and so and so and so, like we see Zeus. So there is no excuse there. It's what happened, and it's what takes place all the time.
I,
So
I, yeah, I
yeah,
once again, I 100% agree that there is no excuse because the Greeks clearly acknowledge where they got their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from.
correct. And they put power in the term
So
Zeus and
I,
Apollo era,
so
and that helped win the
yes.
Trojan War, etc., etc.
So
All
I've
day.
learned. So I've learned just by reading and studying with the Magi archers that I shouldn't necessarily have all this vitriol for the Greeks because the Greeks weren't dishonest. It's people afterwards who know or act like they didn't know and didn't study and try to make it something different. The Greeks clearly let you know we got this from Africa. We got this from Kemet. Where they got it from. So I'm not going to blame the Greeks and be too hard on the Greeks in terms of
Well, there's nothing to blame them for. They
because
put
they were
power in the
dishonest. They were
word and made it live. That's all it
they
is
were
to it.
honest about it. They were very honest about where they got it from.
They ain't had no choice. The world knew. It's who they
So
tried to emulate. Remember when they would pass away, they would try to put bitumen on their skin to match a scar in the hereafter. So it's
right.
not unknown. It's not like it's a guess or, it's just what it is.
So how come the world so how come in 2025 all of a sudden the world forgot? They
Say
don't
that
know
again.
anymore. How come all of a sudden in 2025 the world act like they forgot? You put up a picture of a man blacker than you.
Some of them don't know. And it's like I said, if you've been fed something over time without seeing the original, what you have has power in it. What you don't have, you have to learn to put power in it.
But I mean, but we living in 2025 or so. You could easily
What do that mean though?
type it
When
in
you
and see an image.
when
And you
that
look at
when
the
that
image.
statement is used, what does it mean?
Say it again.
When that statement is used, what does that mean? What
What
credence does that give anything?
what statement? What I just said?
Yeah, when we're living in 2025. That means there's a lot of information out, but if you haven't indulged in it, how would you know? How would you
Well,
know where
how
to
could
look?
you not? How could you be on YouTube having a conversation about this material and then not indulge and go and research what you're saying, even if you disagree with it?
Because
You should do that.
some people like to ignorance is bliss.
Boy, if you
Some people,
if you know how many times I said to myself, and this time I'm gonna say now, stupidity is a disease and a lot of people are suffering from it. It really is. And I listen to these people talking, I'm saying, no, some of these people really can't believe what they're saying. And so I refuse to believe these people really believe these things coming out of their mouth. Because they don't hear themselves and how they sound. They're talking these things and they don't hear how they sound. You tell them 10 times, you pull up texts and books, and they still come back 2 minutes later saying the same thing. What is wrong with them? And it's not even me. I'm showing you in your own source that you just pulled up that you're wrong. You're going to read a source to say what I just said and then tell me I'm wrong, even though your source just said it. They do it all the time. I mean, I saw you and I know because we always on these platforms talking to people. and the person could tell you this don't come from there. And as soon and 20 seconds into it, it's gonna say what I just said. And then you go argument said it didn't say that. It
Facts.
just said it. I saw it happens to you and I all the time.
Cognitive
People,
dissonance, and they love it. And
people
they
arguing about just like I was having an argument. I was on
Ma'anu.
I was on Super Wavy's platform, right?
Yup.
Someone came on, a brother named Kick Naga, and did a presentation saying that the culture came from the South.
Akut.
So I was right. So it came, so he was saying that, and then he was revisiting it, and someone else came on and started to talk about Berbers and Berbers and Berbers. So while we having the conversation, I said, well, Berber only means barbarian. Pull up a source, I think I pulled up the source. I think he put up a source, and the source started telling him about Berber. Every other source he read said South. Farming started in the South. This started in the South. All of his, and for 2 hours we stood there arguing with him, and he still didn't get what we were saying. And every source he Googled said South. South of this, all of them said it or so. And he's still arguing. I'm like, what are you arguing? Your source just said that. We know the word Berber is Greek for barbarian. So anybody who knows Greek or Roman is a Berber, a barbarian, uncivilized. And then you keep repeating these things. Then now you want to get into the Kemetic knowledge and tell people, talk about Sebek and Ra, and tell people Sebek come before Ra. And then now, after I repeat the story and tell you that Ra came from a cosmic egg and came into existence, you read a story that says Sebek Hotep took over that cosmogony, and he came out of a cosmic egg. After I just told you that.
Right.
So what is wrong? Am I tripping? Is something wrong with me? Should I be re-examining my thought process? Because I want to know that sometimes when you hear people talk, it's like, am I crazy? Should I go lay down?
Oh no, it's the facts.
They're making me feel like I need to go lay down or something. I should just seriously, they make me feel like I want to lay down. They're giving me a headache, and I'm saying I've been talking for 2 hours, and everything I said, your source just said, and more. So
yeah,
what are we doing? Should we just go lay down, sir, and stop doing YouTube videos? Do we need to go and lay down? Should we go hug up our wife and do something else? Or should we keep making YouTube videos?
We keep making YouTube videos. We do it for the smarter people.
But I saw
for the layman and for the smarter people.
I'm feeling discouraged because it's like, where are the smarter people?
If you get discouraged easy, this is not the business.
No, I'm saying, where are the smarter people?
Oh, they're around.
Because you're hearing these people who are talking on YouTube, and me as a person who don't have, quote unquote, the greatest level of knowledge, could easily slap that down and say that could never make sense. That is wild. But this is a good text, man.
Oh yeah, I'm walking them through it while we just kind of while we telling the story, while we talking about the people, because what you have to realize is you're speaking to people who don't know. So when you don't know and you have a voice, which YouTube gives you, you will say anything. And then it'll start to gain traction. Remember what we just talked about, how words that may not make sense initially can gain power.
Right.
And this is how it happens. When people who don't know get a voice and people start to listen and somebody agrees with the idea, whether it's wrong or right, it could gain traction. Each one of them do, even if it's just a little traction.
But to me, sir, not knowing is not an excuse for not coming to the right conclusion. Because when I first came on here, I didn't know. I just happened to be watching Smash platform, and I just got interested, and I just said, well, listen, I'm tired of coming on here looking at this and not being able to participate. So I went and did something so I could at least participate in the conversation a little deeper. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would get chastised and corrected, but still, I am not at the same level that I was when I first came on here and started to deal with
Children of
people like
Pharaoh.
you and Flash. And I could say that. I know that.
Right. But even now, like you see, if you get up here with Saber Reggie, he know that you still don't know. So he'll have less patience for your questioning, right? Because he wants to get to something when he's on a broadcast.
I agree with you know what? I understand Reggie's point of view, so
Yeah, he like you
I just
don't
treat
know, sit back
I
for a
just
minute.
treat Reggie different. Reggie is not like I don't treat
No, he
Reggie like I
just
treat
telling you what it is. You because he come from a world where you don't get a voice just because you can talk. We have to open your mouth, right?
and that's fair. And that's fair.
Just like the ceremony. So
But that's
when you,
fair.
yeah, well, because when you're amongst people of knowledge who are talking about something, if you're trying to add and you don't have the knowledge, then sometimes instead of saying something to make the people think so that we can take it somewhere different, you'll just kind of jumble up the conversation. That's not just you. That's any. Sometimes I'm in a situation where, and usually you'll see me shut up even if I have the knowledge, but you just shut up, sit back for a second, because this is not your expertise. There's no need for you to try to add,
I
right?
think I think I need to learn that more.
Right.
Because sometimes
Yeah,
I get overly excited.
yeah. And when you just take a step back, especially if they be like, no, no, sit back, we're gonna do this. Then generally when it's amongst us, it's because it's something you don't know. Like if we going on a particular metal nature diatribe and it's some glyphs you ain't never seen before, there's no need to hop in and say, I've never seen these before. I don't know what is that right there. That looks sit back for a second. We already over here. We on it. We, you know what I'm saying?
But I like
And
to
we're
ask questions. I
yeah,
like to ask questions. And so normally when I ask questions,
yeah.
people
But
answer the
it's the
question.
time to ask questions, right? And it's not always in the middle of a build. So after a build is starting to come to fruition, where we get a direction or something, that's when you start to throw those questions in.
But I'm gonna get in trouble a lot more in the future. So
Yeah,
I,
it's gonna
I
happen.
must let I must let you know that because
It
that's just
happens.
how
It's
I
what
am.
it is.
That's
Yeah.
just how I am. And I don't know how that's gonna play out, but that's just who I am. So if I had to take a cussing, I'm gonna take a cussing. But that's how I am. I don't, that's just me. I would jump into the middle of a conversation and say some random shit that have nothing to do with the conversation.
That's when he get mad. He like, what are you talking about? What are you
Everybody, no, I mean, it ain't, no, it's not just him, Asar. Plenty of people
It's not
who
just you. It's like I said, it's a lot of people who do it because they get excited about the information, even though they don't like you'll notice when if I'm we in a debate, I'll say something that they didn't bring out in the conversation yet. Soon as I say that, now everybody want to throw their 2 cents on. I'll be like, hold up, let me finish the point. Then you can add your 2 cents because I ain't said nothing. Y'all been talking the whole time and ain't even realized. So this is when sometimes it's you just hold your tongue and hold back for a second. Then when it's your turn to talk, make sure your thoughts is gathered and break it down. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have time for when you're in front of an audience. Right now you're learning, and as
I
you
agree.
learn, there's certain things you don't know. So don't assume. Ask the question when we get off the stream, or you get asked during the stream too,
Yeah, my
as
bad.
you usually do.
I don't,
We'll answer. But if
you
you
know,
asking at a time when it's three of us, we having a conversation about some higher level stuff, and you trying to add some simple stuff just to be in the conversation, that's when you sit back. You sit
right.
back.
And
Sometimes
I
I
do it,
know,
and
and
I
I
do
don't
it.
even hop in. Like it's like when Saber Reggie and Brother Flag would talk sometimes. It's certain things I know, but I'm shutting up because two, they got a history. One, they got a history. Two, they know each other. Three, they were there at those moments. You know what I'm saying? Doing bodyguard work for Dr. Ben. Saber Reggie put Dr. Ben's funeral together
I know that.
with him and the family, right? So that's a moment where I just shut up. It's nothing for me
Well,
to
I don't
ask.
think I would. I don't think I would. I don't think if I saw them two talking, I would jump into that kind of conversation.
But you've seen them talk before on Smash's channel about that, and you hear cats who have no business bumping their gums hop in. Oh no, because Dr. Ben said this in his book. Stupid. He was with Dr. Ben for the
Well, in all fairness,
last
I
20 years of
probably.
his life.
I don't know. I don't know if I was on when those conversations took place, but I know those are moments when I wouldn't jump in.
Oh, speaking the microphone, you faded away.
Say again.
You faded away. Speaking your mic.
What is it with me and this microphone and sound? I don't know what is
You
going
said
on.
something that just kind of went in the back. I was like,
Nah, those are type of moments I wouldn't jump in. But I don't know. I don't know. I just like to ask questions, and I guess some people just don't have the patience for that. And when I'm dealing with those people, I should just do what you said. Sit back, and when they finish talking, you jump in and say whatever you had to say.
yeah, because
Somebody gonna
sometimes
answer
you
the
might
question.
be interrupting a build, and then what you think is important is not important to them or the audience at that time. So hold your questions. You know, when you're in a lecture, you'd be like, hold your questions till the end. Sometimes you just write it down. Otherwise, you just interrupting something, right?
I think so. Maybe.
And it might just
Maybe.
be something trivial that be like, didn't you hear that when we first said it? No, I didn't. That's why I'm asking now. Hold your questions for a minute, and then let the bill progress. When you hear a breath in it, that's when you hop in and ask a question that's
I
it's
think with
trivial.
some people, I just think with some people, when they're talking, it's best for me not to say nothing. I'm talking about
No,
me
because you
personally.
gotta ask questions because you want to know. Like I was on here
No,
with
but I think it's best for me. I didn't say you. I said me. Me.
oh,
Not to say nothing.
you just
Me.
have to know when to hop in. You ain't, like I said, you ain't the only one by any means. You ain't even the worst of people who would
Nah,
do
but I know
such
what
a
I'm saying. I know
You
what I'm
done
saying.
heard some crazy folks on here with us.
I know what I'm saying. That's sometimes with certain people I own and I'm gonna say I just don't. I should just not say nothing. And I know why I say I should not say nothing. I should just not say nothing.
Right.
I really should not. Because I am a little sensitive when people say certain things in a certain way to me. It has nothing to do with them. I doesn't like to feel like people saying things that talking down to me, and that may not be the case. Some people are just that's how they talk, and I don't like that type of thing. I don't like to feel like I'm saying something, and you just think what I'm saying is not important.
Right. Or
You can't
sometimes
do that.
it is important because you're learning, so it's always important to make sure those around you who are picking up
But people
information.
have to develop patience.
That part.
You can't be on YouTube and have no patience, and that
That
goes for me, you, or anybody else.
Yes.
Because people are gonna ask way dumber questions than what I just asked you.
Yeah.
And what you gonna do when they ask you the question? Just not answer it.
No, I always answer pretty much.
Not you, but there are certain people who are like that, and it's like, at the end of the day, sometimes all of us have to develop patience. We're on YouTube. People are gonna say some of the dumbest things, and if you ain't ready to answer the question, then I don't know what to say. And it's not me directing toward anybody in particular, because sometimes I feel that way too.
Yeah.
I'm on stream with other people, and we're having a conversation, and I'm spending 2 hours arguing nonsense. And then after I argue the nonsense, I said, what did I spend 2 hours arguing nonsense for? I could have went and laid down, which is what I should have done. Instead of spending 2 hours arguing this. And then after you spend 2 hours arguing, it hurt my feelings now. I count you somewhere else, and you're still talking the foolishness. You're still talking the foolishness. That's what's getting me vexed.
Or like the other day when I was talking with the young lady. I'll give you all the for instance, right, while my screen is sharing. Let's pull up ancient Congo religion, right?
Are you talking about Genesis?
Yeah, it's just the DJ Genesis, right? So when me and her were talking, she would ask me a question. I would explain the question. I'll just pull this up because it makes it easier for the demonstration. I would give the answer to the demonstration. She'd turn around and ask the same question like I didn't answer. So then I start making her acknowledge what I said before we move forward. And then when it started to click a little bit, then she was like,
See,
"Well,
but you know,
I
see, but
need to
you
wait
know,
because I need to. I got more questions, and so I need to wait." So I said, "Okay, we'll wait." Because
see, but
sometimes
here's
you'll
what,
get excited. So
see, but
in
here's
this
what comes.
case,
See, here's I observed a little bit of that conversation, and you know what I recognize?
what's that?
Sometimes we hear people talk about African tradition, and they only know one tradition. They don't know the other traditions.
Right,
And they only know they don't know when somebody like you start to talk, and now that you start to talk, they get overly excited because they realize they didn't know what they thought that they knew.
right. That's why I slowed her down so she could acknowledge that we just answered your question. I need you to connect it with what you know and what I'm telling you so that it makes sense. Because she was like, oh, and that's the whole thing. That's what you have to do sometimes is slow it down because you seen when I was explaining, we could have got a lot further, but because she was so excited and wanted to keep asking, she even asked the same questions like 4 times a piece because it wasn't clicking. That
Yeah, I mean,
means
but that
slow
happens
down.
too.
So
That
no,
happens
that
too.
that means slow down so you can hear what's being said, so that we can progress the conversation. Then we could have got even further, right?
I agree with
We
you.
didn't.
I,
We
I'm
had to
with you
stop
on
at
that.
a point because it wasn't clicking. Till I slowed it down all the way. Then
But
it
here
clicked,
is,
but then
but
the
here is,
conversation had to end because we don't have 6 hours to keep explaining the same thing to you when other people got questions too.
but then here's the thing that clicks with me. If you are involved as a practitioner in the tradition, and I've explained to you another African tradition, and you're not practicing the first tradition, right?
That's not really the same thing though. So I'm gonna do the demonstration here just because we got time. This is uh this is what we were talking about. We were talking about the different realms, spiritually and physically on earth. So first we went here because she's an Ifa practitioner, so I needed her to know because I'm a Congolese, I understand. Right here we're talking about the Masoni, the air. When you talk about the air, you're not talking about the physical world, you're talking about the spiritual one, Impemba. And when you deal with the Congo, you're talking about the Kalunga River, which will act as the Happy or the Nile River in this case. And so, first, you start with conception, birth, the rotating sun, springtime for them in Pimbe. You're first being born, and this has to deal with air. When I click over here, you're going to see the similar, except for this one is up top, where the south is up top, and you deal with Manu. You know this boat that travels over, the boat of Ra, the boat of Asar, the Manu boat, right?
Correct.
Deals with Hermopolis, south, and the water.
As in Manu Mountains, correct?
Exactly. Remember we did that on Kalam's channel. You was over
Right.
there with me.
Right. And you had, and to be honest, you had to explain to me a little bit about exactly what that meant. Because I was
Yes.
just reading the text. I really wasn't examining because a lot of things sounded crazy. And then I started, and then you that clicked, and then I went back and I went over it with somebody else because they had a term that they said soul mansion, and I said I didn't see where they got that from. And when I looked into the text, what it was a het symbol with a bar inside of it.
Yup.
So that's where they got the term soul mansion.
Yeah. Well, you got, yeah, and you have different things. But see how you just asked that question and we went off into a different direction. But see, we're here on the lesson right now. So now
I did it
we
again. I did it
no,
again,
you
right?
okay. No, see, that's I'm just pointing everything out so we can see it in real time, right? She was doing the same thing. She was like, oh, why does you know what I'm saying? The excitement and the knowledge, the information to be connected. But
Right.
this is that part here, right? And you can already see over here, this is Amenti, Kenti Amenti, the West, the foremost of the Westerners, the realm of the transition, the Aku the dead, which is synonymous with the Sar And when you start grumbling like that, you might be close to death, huh, honey?
Wow.
Let's go over here. Look, it's in the same position over here. Death, winter, rotating sun, spiritual, and bungi. It's right next to it. If we flip this upside down, then everything would line up because this death would be here, the spirit would be up here, and these would transition to the bottom, or to the
Okay.
side. So just so you can understand how that's working. Now we're actually going to keep going this way,
Right.
right?
So what you're doing is you're taking the Yoruba tradition and you're superimposing it on the Kemetic tradition.
No,
To
this
try
is
to show the
Ifa tradition.
similarities.
This is why you can see why it's a derivative of the
Right.
old Shemsu traditions.
This is Ifa, you said?
Yeah,
Oh, I
this
said
is
something different
Congo.
just now. I said something different just now, right?
Yeah, you said Yoruba, which is Nigerian, but you can see that same similar thing over there as well. The concepts don't change much. But right now we're talking about Ifa tradition.
Okay.
So we got this first concept here. It's the exact same, almost to the letter, even when you start getting more. This is the simplified version. Now, let's keep going. We're here at Manu. Let's go to Akut, East, Fire, Memphis. The horizon.
Yeah.
The soul mansion of the Akut. This is life, though.
So you see how I wasn't off? You see how I ended up bringing back to the topic?
Well, yeah, you got a map to show you. You shouldn't be off. You should be right on point right now. Absolutely. So
I didn't even see that in there. I couldn't even see that.
but it's in your mind. It's moving in that same direction.
Right. Because I knew where you was going with it. So that's why I said that.
This is Haru being born. When it's here, when the sun first comes up, this is the sun at its highest point, at its zenith. This is when he's Haru Behudet, when he's going to war with Set, etc., in the mythos and all that stuff. And this is basically summertime, east, fire. It's when it's hottest. Let's go back over here to Ifa. This is summer. This is the birthing time. This is the rotation of the sun. This is the physical world now. In Seki. This is the Mbungi circle still. Rotating sun. Now, let's go back over here. Simplifying, just slowing everything down. Let's go to the north. We're Set Jiao, Old Man Ra, Asar is about to come out. Basically, this is his round, as well as this one, right? The north. This deals with Earth. This deals with the Enu, Heliopolis. It's when you start to get into the Asar set story, all that stuff, right? So boom, this is here. This is Reset Job. This is the earthly realm.
Right. And when they say they use that term, that would be connected with Jedu, right?
The Djed column?
No, they have a place in Kemet called Jedu, correct?
Yeah, which refers to the Djed column. It's a place to
But would that be connected to this place?
Heliopolis?
No, Reset 2. Reset 2.
Reset Job is the south. It means
so it wouldn't be connected to that particular location then?
Yeah, you could. Now, what's funny is the south is in the north.
Right.
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 And the south is in the north because when you talk about Heliopolis, it's in the northern part of Kemet. It's in the northern part of Egypt. But it's the lower northern half of Egypt.
The south is the lower northern half of Egypt?
Yeah. Wow. No, this Reset Jah right here.
Oh.
Is the lower half of Lower Egypt. It's the upper half of Lower Egypt. All right.
The upper half of Lower Egypt. Okay.
It's the lower half of
Upper Egypt.
Yes. Or damn, I'm saying it backwards now. Hold up. The lower half of Egypt is Resetjal. So it's the southern part of Lower Egypt.
Okay. Okay.
Let's make it simple.
That
So
sounds simple, but it's not really
when
simple.
you go north, the lower half of the north is Resetjal,
Okay.
to make it simple. Now,
But the north is upper, and but the
no,
north
the
is
south is
lower.
upper. Remember? Yeah. That's
Right,
why
and the
when you
north is
kept
lower.
saying it, trying to say it, you mixed me up. So yeah. So the north is the lower portion of Egypt. The south is the upper part of Egypt.
Okay. I feel it.
And
It makes
this Resetjal, which means south, is the southern half of the lower part of Egypt.
okay.
This here, and this is just the north. We'll just call it the north. When we go here, it's here. It's the maturity in the rotating sun. We covered that, right? So
Yes,
the
I think
sun
so.
is maturing, it's rotating, still physical world, but it's starting to get old, like old man Ra. You're reaching maturity.
Yeah. There's even
Old
a
man,
text about that too, right?
yeah.
There's a text
So
about Ra getting older, and I think it's called the destruction of mankind, where he gets older.
yeah, it's part of the mythos. When the sun matures, we just took you through Haru being born. We took you through Haru being strong and in his teen. Now this is him in his old age, old man Ra.
I know
Let's
that.
go over here. Over here, we had your birth, conception, right here. This is your birth. This is your maturity. And now we're going to get to Lavimba, which is your death. It's when you start to end your cycle. And when you start to end your cycle, it's wintertime. That's when they ask Asar to come back. Remember, the sisters start to call him to come back over here because he's passed. He's in the west. But remember, Aset has to bring him back so she can make that baby Haru. She's calling him back, her and Nebuchadnezzar, while Jehudi is feeding them the words. And so we go to the mythos and we look at the myth between Isis and Ra and see how she tricked them out of the words of power. And then we come back to when she revives Asar and Jehudi helps her say the words, right? This is our myth. This is the West. Foremost of the Westerners, this is the death. We don't call it death, we call it transition. To make it simple, it says death, but they also call it transition. And this is the winter months. This is what happens in the seasons, and this is what happens in life. Your life has just been compared to nature
Yeah, man.
and the
And
season.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how long we've been on here, but this time is wrong. This time it's been 5 hours.
You don't worry
So we've
about
been
the
on here
time.
for
You
about an
just
hour.
run. We definitely ain't been on here 5 hours. My Steelers game is still going.
No. We've been
The
on here
Bears
5 hours.
just went up 24-21. I'm giving them bad luck. So when we go
You
over
giving them
here,
bad luck? You said?
I think so, because when I was watching, they was killing them. Now they dying.
Wow, I saw it. Wow, I saw the powerful saw, eh?
Look. Where is it at? So here's a good picture right here, right? Let's look at the concept. This is Asar. He passed, right? This is Haru watching himself being born. This is Nebuchadnezzar at the top of his head. You see her become a kite here. You see Aset here, and she flies over the top to impregnate herself. This is Aset. She's swooning the seed to make baby Haru, who is right here watching his own. That's his name right there, Hor. He's watching himself being conceived, almost like he's telling the story in third person. The two kites are here. Nebuchadnezzar, symbolic of this kite. Aset, symbolic of this one, and floats above right here. Asar Unifer, Hor, Ab, his Horus heart. Neb, 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 her. It's a little difficult to make out from here.
Yeah.
Giving life. So here we have Asar Unefer, the good God, basically. His heart. I can't fully figure that out right there. I have to read it. Giving his life was the share to who? Min Ma'at Ra, who was the Nasu at the time, and he's represented as the Horus. It's given life by Asar.
But that's her Shepsut, right?
Who?
No. That's Ramesses, right?
No, this is Min Ma'at Ra. Min Ma'at Ra.
Yeah, but I think that's Ramesses' throne name, isn't that so?
I don't know if Ramses goes by Min Ma'at Ra.
I believe no. I'm lying.
I don't think so.
That's Setos. I'm sorry, that's Set. That's Seti.
You think it's Seti the first? Okay.
I believe that's Set. No, it is Seti because I have some books called the Temple of Setos at Abydos, and that's the name that they use in the book for him, Seti. That's his throne name.
I can't remember right offhand, but yeah, you're probably right. But basically, you're watching him be birthed and given life, and he's narrating his own story in sidereal time, or sidereal time, as I call it.
Maybe we should try and narrate our own story. We wouldn't get into these problems. Come mind other people's business and mind your own business. Now, you probably didn't intend for it to go that way, but somehow that story leads into everything we were just saying. Mind your own business. Watch your own story.
Yeah.
And when you watch your own story, you don't get in trouble.
That's
you
right.
become great because you watch your own story. And then you told your own story. So when they come back to ask you, I don't know what just happened. I saw my mother give birth to me. And as she gave birth to me, this is what happened to me. I don't know what happened to you. And when you hear the story, you can say what happened to me. And only you know what happened to you. So I think that's an important lesson we need to learn.
That's right.
When you're on here, talk about your own story. Tell people your own experiences, which is what I try to do. But now, since I can't share my screen, I think I've gotten away from that. And I need to get back to just doing what I originally said I was going to do, which was read text to teach people. So I think I'm going to just do that. Whether I can share my screen or not, I'm going to read a text. Whoever watch. Whoever don't watch, I can't help you.
No, you can only do what you can.
You understand? As long as you don't get personal and put no video talking about my mother and my great grandmother, I have nothing to say about you. because I ain't putting out no video to talk about you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let you be you, and if you come over here and you want to talk, anybody can come over here and talk and have a conversation.
And we just had a conversation.
Yeah,
and we shared Ifa tradition with Shemsu tradition, so we could see the connections. A few of them.
And you know what I find funny? To me, in my head, I think a lot of times when I have conversations with people on these platforms, they watch my videos, you know, but they won't come in and say that. But they won't come in and say that they watch my videos.
That's how it is. You're not prolific to them yet, so they're weird. They I'm embarrassed. Like, but yo, if it's just your brother, you always chop up with them, just like you know. I come on all your channels pretty much.
Yeah.
Camp first started with all two people that watched it. We was over there like, get him, Camp, go.
See what you see. Your intention is to contribute, and a lot of times what happens is I will go on a platform, have a beef with a person, and at the end of the day, I might pop up on their platform, and then they'll act like they don't know who I am.
Well, that's because you went on there and you had a beef, and that's why I say if they slinging mud, Don't wear white. Don't wear what you over there for.
No.
And let them
How,
slang their mind.
how should I say that? Right. Let me give you an example. Right
Mhm.
now, I was on DMG channel a time. We were just having a conversation. Cosmon Cal jumped in. He said something. I said something. Right, and then I happened to see him doing a stream the other day, and the stream looked interesting. So I jumped on the stream, and I said, "Well, I was on so and so platform," which he said, "Well, I don't remember you." But while we're having this whole polite conversation, he said, he said, "I know you came over here because you wanted some smoke," and I really didn't come for that, you know. But
Yeah,
in
but
my
he see
mind,
you on streams with us, and he just had a debate with us, and he got, I had
but
to
he don't
punish
remember
my
me.
man. I had to do what I had to do that
But he
day.
said he don't remember me, you know. So
He feel
he
a
said he don't
certain way.
remember me, you know.
Yeah, he feel a certain way. He like, nah.
No, but no, but here it is though. I said I spoke to you before. The man said I don't remember you, but he started acting like I had a beef with him, and I never came on the stream and said anything negative. So that means you know exactly who you're talking to, and you were expecting me to come on here with the rah rah, and I didn't do that because I really was interested in what he was trying to say because I didn't see the whole stream. So why
Yeah,
tell
but
me
he
you don't
was in his
remember me?
feelings. So that's
Yeah,
why I
but why
said,
say you don't remember me and you do remember me? I know that you do.
because he want to get busy. It's very, it's not, you know what I'm saying, unclear. We can't be naive to when people want altercations. A lot of people, they want the altercation. They want the drama. Why?
Yeah, but that wasn't. But to me, that wasn't the time to do that because I really didn't come to do that. I
For
really was trying to
you,
hear what he
but
had
for
to say.
him, he on this show. He like, yo, it's one of them now. I just got embarrassed by one of them. I'm about to do him dirty. That's what it is.
I think in my mind that's what I came to the conclusion that that's what he really wanted, and I just didn't want to give him that at that point in time because it
Yeah,
was
you not coming to do that. You just coming to say, hey,
no.
presentation. He like, nah, what's up?
Nah, I know the presentation sounded really interesting. Then we started to get into you know how he related to his book, and I was like, nah, I can't agree with that. But he was basically like, nah, fuck that. I don't care what you had to say. I'm right, and I was like, all right. So I just went off the street. I really didn't come to fight him. Just like
Yeah,
I went on, just like I went on JJ stream, what was yesterday, the day before, and I really didn't come to fight him. But the
no,
man started to say, "Get your funky ass out of here." So I skated off. I mean, what am I gonna do?
yeah,
I
he in
really
his
was trying
feelings.
to.
You can't be in the mix because why? Because he felt, and this is a Hebrew who did it. Napashada took his place on Sanetta's channel, but
But that has nothing to do with me. I did. I mean, yes, I was in when it was said, but I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I said what I said,
yeah.
and
And
he
if
heard what I
somebody
said, and he didn't
finishes
want to talk to me
scrapping
after I said it.
and you walk up to them and start trying to have a conversation, what are they? Still hype, still in the moment,
What I really, I
still
mean,
with the nonsense.
I really was trying to come on and say, well, listen, what's going on? I was honestly saying something is going on here, and maybe we should be making videos on the brother. Maybe we should get to the bottom of what is going on with him psychologically. He might have some issues that he needs to address, just like we all do.
They ain't trying to discuss that.
But
That's
guess
what the
what?
Quran is for. That's what a movement is for. That's what uh you read these books for, so that they can psychologically straighten you out, get your mind right, put you in a certain state of mind, so that you have the ability to overcome your shortcomings. But
Well, I mean, I'll be the
not
first one to tell.
everybody, yeah,
I'll be the first one to tell you, sir. I can't judge nobody because I'm not a practitioner, and my life ain't the way it's supposed to be. I don't know about anybody else. So I don't come on here with this big sanctimonious speech about being a practitioner and saying things that don't apply to me. You
a
know,
lot of people don't, but they all want to talk about it. So if you talk about it, uh, you it's either interested you, it's caught your attention, or it's come to your scrutiny where you want to scrutinize it.
yeah. But let's
So
do it.
if you're
Let's
looking
do it.
at it, then you understand what it's you should understand what it's for.
But let's do
And
it
if you
correct,
understand
sir.
what it's for,
then you would want to basically have a an understanding of the ethics of the people that deal with it.
But see, once again, here comes the problem, right? We oh, I only know what I see of these people when they come onto YouTube. I don't know you personally. I don't know Jabbar. I don't know any of these guys personally. I've never seen them in person, so I can only judge what they show me and what I've heard other people say of them. And once I've never heard anyone say that they are abusing these particular authorities, and I can't come and be the person to say you're not a priest, you're not this, you're not that. How would I know it, sir? How would I know that?
You would, but what do that have to do with the discussion? You know, that would be like their personal life. But when
Right.
y'all all on the forum discussing it, guess what he slated himself as? You just had one of them yesterday say he was an apostle. Then you
Listen,
had somebody pull up the text to say you couldn't be an apostle unless this happened.
but this and this is going back to the point,
So,
and this is going back to the point that I'm making. If I don't know you personally, if I've never immersed myself in what you immerse yourself in, and all I know is what you show me, I have to go by what you show me. And if you show me that you believe in that, I can't go against that, God, because I don't know you personally. I don't
right,
know anybody personally, but we know people come on here and say things, and their attitude doesn't reflect what they say they're supposed to be, and that is
exactly.
the only way I can judge you, not knowing you. That's it.
Yeah, and
That is how
so
I move, and that's
yeah,
how
because
everybody should move if they don't know somebody personally. Don't talk about a man's shrine. Don't talk about a man's wife. Don't talk about people's husbands, and you don't know them personally. Don't get
right,
on here and tell a man he's not a Kemetic priest, and then we ask you what it takes to be a Kemetic priest. You don't even know. You can't even
yeah,
answer the first question. You can't even ask, you can't even tell him what the term means, what it's about. But you're arguing he's not that. How do you know he's not that? I don't know if he's that or not, but I read enough to know he's reading the same thing I read because I hear him speak all the time. So I know he reads the material to get an idea of what he should be, whether it's perfect or not. And
yeah,
that's what
and
I
then
can judge you by.
some of them even go more in depth. Like for instance, me, Smash, or Saber, or Kalam, or even some of the other people, the Jedamonk and the different cats. They go deep. They read. We read the text.
Right? But you
We get
should.
to see exact. We see stuff that y'all don't even get to see. Which is y'all be like, how is he coming up with this concept? Because this text right here says this. How do you know it says that? And then we'll bring a professional on that's with us. Basically, they went to school for it, but they don't read as much metal nature as we do because they don't indulge in it like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, sir.
And they're like, you're right. And we're like, yeah, like I've never seen that one. And we don't, most of us don't try to clown them. We say, look, it's because we do independent research,
I'll be.
same topics for a different reason.
You know how many times I've heard you say something, and I want to know where did he read that? Where did he get that from? Because I've never heard anybody talk about that.
Right.
I've never been exposed to that text, and then I get mad because the first thing they're gonna say is the text is only written in Medu Netra, and then I had to say, well, nah, man, I can't really tackle a Medu Netra, a text that's written only in Medu Netra.
Right.
I,
And you see me read
and I get
the
so
wall.
mad at her. I get so mad because of the answer after that is the English translation. Nah, I found that deep in block number 17, KV number 5.
Right.
I get mad at that. I get so mad at that.
Like, but how I'm supposed to know that? Because you got to really research for real.
No, the research is not the problem. The problem is my level of mental nature may not be the greatest for me to be
That's
able to
research.
tackle those texts.
You have to improve. Research is improving your skills so that you can do a certain task.
So
And
maybe I should just so maybe I think I should do it. Just let people send me a text and mental nature, and
well,
just
it's
look at
not
the text
easy.
and
You've
see what I
only
can do.
been doing it for a year.
About that.
It's coming up on like a year coming up here soon whenever you started, right? So the 2024 is like your first,
Somewhere around
where
a
you
year,
tackled it.
between 1 or 2 years. But
Yeah. So you're still new in the game and you haven't even taken a formal metal nature class, right?
yeah,
So
which is what they keep telling me to do so much, and they're correct.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
because I just think he does a good job. Let me see. Great. Infodici is one, but unless you're there with the in-person class, it's not as in-depth as you need it. So we take you to
Yeah.
thegreatcourses.com.
But so frustrating, Asa. It gets frustrating for me when I'm looking at these texts and I'm not getting it. And then I see people.
How you gonna get it? You don't study the reading enough. It takes time. It's not something you just gonna pick up, right? You
But
you need to. There's a book that will put you on deck. There's a couple books, and most of them are free now. But
I read a couple of books, but what I'm doing is the thing that they tell you not to do. Number one, doing it on your own, and number two, picking up grammar books and trying to learn Medu Nature from grammar books, which is what I
no, you
did.
should do that, but you have to actually do it.
I did. I read two grammar books already. Muata Ashby's book is the book that got me into understanding
That's not a
Quranic spelling.
that's not a Medu Neter book though. Which Medu Neter book did you read?
Um, what is it? Medu Nature, the beginning, or something like that? Oh no, Introduction to Hieroglyphics, or something like that. Is the name of the book?
Hmm.
It's supposed to be
This
a grammar book, or am I just
this
taking
is the
it out of it?
class you need to take. B.
So you see, once again, here goes the problem. You're gonna tell me the man's book is not a Medu Nature book, and I read the book as a Medu Nature book, and I learned Medu Nature from the book.
You said which book is?
I think it's Introduction to Hieroglyphics or something like that.
And you read the whole book and did all the exercises?
Yeah.
Like if I asked you right now to pull out a notebook of your Medu Neter letters, you would show it to me?
No.
So you ain't do the exercises. So you
Well, it was a digital copy, so I couldn't write in it. I didn't have a physical book. It
you
was a
don't need
digital
to
copy.
write in it. You need to get a notebook out and do the exercises. All of them will tell you to write this and practice, right? So watch this. I'm gonna share. Take this course, and when you get a notebook, put at the top of the notebook hieroglyphics,
Hmm.
and I want you to learn this course.
I can't even see what it is.
It's thegreatcourses.com. Black Friday offer $1.99 per month for 2 months.
Oh, the Great Courses Plus.
Go here. Bob Breyer is right here, and I want you to get this hieroglyphic course.
Okay.
Where is it at?
Okay, it's called
There it goes
Great
right here.
Courses Plus, right?
Yeah, the Great Courses Plus. This is the class right here. Egyptian hieroglyphics.
I'm gonna do that. The Great Courses Plus. I'm gonna do that. I think I need to do that, man. Just figure, just do that.
Go take this course.
Because I'm just frustrating myself for no reason.
Yeah, you if you don't study, you'll never know. Once you
Yeah.
get in the fray, you'll actually know. If you get a book and you don't do the practices, you'll never be able to do it.
Well, and somebody asked me that question too. They said, when you study, do you write the glyphs? And I said, no.
Rakufu really wanted to get in the mix where he's divulging information. So now he reads, messes around, and he's into the information. If you want to know, you need to get into the information.
Well, but I am doing that. That's all. But maybe I'm being lazy. But not maybe. I'm being very lazy about it.
Yeah, but you want to know like how we know. And if you want to know how we know, you have to have that same enthusiasm where what I'm looking at, I want to learn the language.
I
And
do.
then you need to go learn the language.
Right. But once again, I say the problem with me is I don't have access to a U.S. bank account, so I don't know if I would be able to pay for the course.
Black Friday offer $1.99 per month for 2 months. I'll say it again.
That's the, that's not the problem.
Offer ends December 1st.
The problem is not that, Asar. The problem is how am I going to get them this money? The issue is not taking the course. How
Great
am I going to
courses is
what is
around
the
the
method
world.
I
This
could
isn't just an
use?
American account. So if you're in Jamaica, can you pull up the great courses?
Of course.
So pull it up real quick.
No, I'm in Trinidad, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. So
Pull it
let
up
me.
real quick.
All right. I'll definitely do that. Now, of course, you're not going to see it on the screen. I can't share my screen, but
No, you don't need to. Tell me if you pull it up.
okay.
Because see, I buy stuff in Japan and other places too without having
Yeah.
a Chinese bank account.
Because you have a credit card. I don't have a credit card.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Oh, now I can't help you with everything. You got to get your banking right. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
Open
I'm
a bank
saying.
account and you'll be good to go.
That's the problem. It's
We
not.
have debit cards. They're not credit card. I got a credit card, but this is just from the debit card that I use most of the stuff. So
Okay. Okay. I pulled it up. I don't know. Right. I see. Okay. Let me
see,
browse on and see.
type in Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me. Oh, wait a minute. Is it here? Okay. Let's see. Do I have to search it? I think I have to search it. Oh, it says $1.99.
I just told you that 3 times.
Oh, oh, I thought you. Sorry, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I thought you meant
Black
199
Friday
cents.
offer $1.99 per month for 2 months.
All right.
Offer ends December 1st.
Okay, I'm bringing it up here, but I'm not seeing the hieroglyphics course. I'm seeing all kind of other craziness.
I told you type it in the search tool.
Am I blind? I can't see the search tool either.
It's right under the Black Friday offer. After the yellow, it's going to be up top towards the right.
Oh,
It's going to be white.
what is wrong with me? It's right there in front of me. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
it's what I told you be happening the other day. Talking to DJ Genesis.
All right. It says ancient writing, history of ancient Egypt, the great tours, the real Egyptian, writings and civilization, great pharaohs.
Egyptian hieroglyphs. After you type in Egyptian hieroglyphs,
Oh, wow.
the history class he gives is pretty good too.
Why am
But
I
if
not
you
seeing
just type
Egyptian
in the
hieroglyphs?
hieroglyphs, when you be good to go. And
I'm
he
not
gonna
seeing.
walk you through, and he gonna give you homework, and you'll learn.
Okay. I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe I need to go over it later because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing all kind of other things.
So, did you type in the search bar
Yes.
Egyptian?
Hieroglyphs, yes. It says,
Hieroglyphs should pop right up at the top.
wait a minute, Hiro.
E no HIE.
I spelled it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think I spelled it wrong. I think I spelled it wrong. HIEROGLIP
GLYPHS.
GLY. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. I definitely spelled it wrong. No, I didn't.
It said decoding the secrets of Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Okay, well,
Decipher the language. Under that, it says ancient writing history alphabet. Get the Egyptian hieroglyph one right there.
Decoding the secrets, right? That is the one, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what we're doing here. Let's see how that's working out. All right. All right. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see what payment method it will allow me to do. All right. So maybe I might be tripping over nothing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I could have done. Maybe I could have done this for the.
I order from Japan sites all the time.
All right. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. What's the
Or I
payment
used to, I
method?
should say. I still do a little bit.
Oh, how am I gonna sign in? I don't have an account.
You make one.
All right. All right, folks. We doing this live, huh? So we gonna
Don't
see
show your
about it.
screen neither, because they'll get your card and information.
We gonna
Won't
see. We gonna see.
do you
What am I?
want to see it? I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it.
Nah, but what am I really doing? Okay. Okay. It's not signing in. Okay. No, because I had to create an account. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, I think.
Well, you got it because you know where to go to get it. That's the main important thing.
All right. If you've been on here long enough, I know you want to watch a game because according to you, you're giving the people and them bad luck because you're not watching the game. So let me let you go ahead
Yeah,
and
we just got scored on 31-21.
I
God,
appreciate the time. I'm gonna go on there and and I'll text you or whatever, let you know if I get through or if I didn't get through.
okay. And when you finish, you'll know close to the same amount of metal netra as we know.
All right. Okay. Have a good day. All right. Thanks again.
And it's